Hi everybody and happy Monday. It's your friend Ryan Rolfe with the DSM Sold team at Keller Williams Legacy Group here in Des Moines in Central Iowa. And it's once again Monday, so that means it's time for Monday Market Update. Without further ado, let's jump in and talk about what has been happening in the real estate market. So the state fair is officially over. School's starting, I believe, on the 25th, somewhere around there. I don't have kiddos, so don't pay quite as close attention to that, but it's coming up, as is Labor Day, so things tend to be maybe a little bit slower still through Labor Day, and yet a lot of that depends on interest rates. So let's talk about that. Our market overall, inventory-wise, and this is for everything again, so this is Des Moines Metro everything. We just hit 4 months of inventory. If you remember from previous episodes, 4 to 6 months of inventory is what we would consider an even or a balanced market, meaning it favors both buyers and sellers. So overall, the market's more even, still at different price points and different areas. We're still seeing that $400,000 and less range really be in a seller's market, inching closer to an even market, but still definitely in a seller's market. Not seeing as many multiple offer situations, things like that. And yet, if rates were to come down, which if we follow what happened last year, this is about the time that rates started coming down a little bit. So if you are a buyer that's thinking of buying, now is the time to get in and start looking. Because if you wait and wait and wait and see that rates are coming down and say, hey, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, you may wait too long and all of the homes that you're interested in may be gone, and there might not be as much inventory. So again, that's all speculative. We don't know what's going to happen. And typically what we see is before rates come down, the mortgage-backed securities trading gets into a situation that lowers mortgage interest rates. And then as they come down, we may see rates go back up. At least that's what happened again last year. So pay attention if you are a home seller. As rates come down, you're gonna have more buyer activity. And as a buyer, you should be paying attention to that as well. If you're thinking about, hey, I want to buy sometime before the end of the year, now is really that time to start looking before everybody else jumps in once they see that, hey, rates have come down or are coming down. Because then you'll have less competition. You'll be able to lock in at potentially a lower rate. And so we also don't know what really would happen. So maybe rates come down a little bit tomorrow, but they don't continue going down. They go back up instead. So it's anybody's guess there. But again, we're starting to look like what we saw last year, just a little bit later in the year. So we might see maybe through October, early November, that rates trend down and continue coming down bit by bit. But it's anybody's guess. So be paying attention if you are looking to buy or maybe thinking about selling. List activity is currently starting to come down as well. So the last 4 to 6 weeks, we've seen fewer listings come on the market. Same thing with pendings. Pendings are doing the same thing over the last few weeks. So the market, that's typical. We see kind of the end of summer, things slow down a little bit. So that's not anything to be super concerned about. And yet, if rates were to come down, I think we would see that go back in the other direction. So be on the lookout for that. This weekend, we saw 146 new homes come on the market. 122 homes went into pending or under contract status, and 142 homes sold and closed. So still having activity in the market, of course. And if you're a buyer or a seller, now is the time to be thinking about, hey, if I want to sell my house or I want to buy a house before the end of the year, what does that timeline look like? If you've got questions about what that means for you, feel free to reach out. We are always here to help out however we can. Otherwise, have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.